This beautiful boy is Archie. He's a straight-haired cavoodle and one of my clients. Today he'll help me demonstrate how to groom your dog's tail and trim it into a flag shape. Before I begin, to make sure Archie remains standing and doesn't try and sit down while I trim his tail, I'm going to use a belly sling. I'll clip this to the top of my grooming table. I'll gently put it underneath his belly, clip it together and adjust the straps. Now we can get started. First, I'll brush all of the knots out of his tail. I'm using my slicker brush. I like to hold the dog's tailbone and then brush away from the bone. This way you're protecting the tailbone from accidentally getting scratched by the wire bristles on your slicker brush, and it will prevent the fur from pulling, which can be quite painful and irritating to your dog. I'll brush one side and then I'll brush the other side, ensuring I brush all the way through the different layers of fur. When you think you've brushed all the knots out, comb through the hair and check for any tangles. If the comb gets stuck like this, it means you haven't gotten all the knots out, so just give it another brush with the slicker brush and check again with the comb. If you come across a knot you can't brush out, I like to use a dematting comb. This one here has 11 serrated blades that easily cuts through knots and mats. Okay, now Archie's tail is ready to be trimmed. I'm going to trim it so it's shaped like a flag. A great trick I learnt when I was training to become a groomer was to twist the end of the fur, just like this. I'm holding onto the end of Archie's tailbone so I don't accidentally cut it. And then I'll just trim off the end using my curved scissors. I'll just give his tail another brush so it's straight. And as you can see, by twisting the fur and trimming it, this has created the start of our curved tail. And I'll just use my curved scissors to follow this guideline until I finish cutting to the end of his tail. Now I'll just brush his tail again on both sides. And holding his tail by the tip, I'll just retrim his tail again just to make sure I've trimmed it evenly on both sides. Now with this fur down here, I like to trim it short with my straight scissors, just in a straight line with his bum. I like to cut this section short so when Archie goes to the toilet, poo doesn't get stuck in this fur. Next I'll trim the fur around the base of his tail using my straight scissors to blend it in with the rest of his body and his tail. This looks pretty good to me. I hope you enjoyed this video and have picked up a few tips to help trim your dog's tail at home.